Hello, all. Thank you for coming back or finding this for the first time. If you found it for the first time, they are numbered in order, so maybe go to the first one. Um, but welcome, and I'm going to continue introducing myself for a little bit. So, the thing that I wanted to kind of talk about today, in interest of monologuing at you and helping you understand a little bit more about me, was I'm kind of nerdy sometimes, but it also kind of depends on what you think nerdy means. And I don't know. I like the stereotype of the nerd. I think it's kind of cool and relatable. So I am kind of nerdy. I have kind of a nerdy laugh, an awkward and dorky smile, and that's just kind of how I view things. But other than that, what I really mean to say is that I'm very interested in a lot of different things, and when I'm talking about them, sometimes it can be very um, I lose people occasionally, and I feel bad about that because I love conversations, but conversations are two ways, and sometimes I forget that not everyone is fascinated by computers or genetics or bugs or your pick. Dinosaurs. When I was a kid, I loved dinosaurs. Not everyone loved them as much as I did, and I'm sure there were people that loved them more than I did, but I just loved them a lot, and a lot of the people around me didn't love them that much. So one of the things that I did as a nerdy, kind of dorky little kid was I loved collecting bugs. Not like dead bugs. I didn't like killing them. It wasn't like a collect them and then hold them forever. It was like a collect it for a couple of days and then let it go. And it was really cool because I got to watch them like scurry around. I thought they were so interesting. I loved the way that their kind of exoskeletons fit together really well. And they were just so elegant in a way to watch, especially hunting bugs. Like praying mantises, predators. They were really cool because you could sit there and kind of, as a kid, I liked to sit there and imagine what was going on in its head as it stalked its prey. And I mean, I anthropomorphized a lot of these creatures. I thought of them as people and talked to them, and I basically ended up talking to myself. But it's okay. It was a lot of fun. So there's this one time when I was a kid, I convinced my mom at, I think, Lowe's. They had like a garden section, and you could buy these creatures to take care of your garden for you. So one of those types of creatures, the common one's ladybugs, but there were praying mantises there. Well, there was an egg sac thing. It was like a little brown sack, and it was supposedly full of praying mantis eggs. Young me didn't really process that was a lot of eggs. It was like thousands. It was for a whole garden. I thought, big egg, single egg, one praying mantis. So I convinced my mom. I don't know how my mom dealt with me as a kid, or deals with me now. I have no idea. Love mom. I convinced her to buy this sack for me, this egg sack, and she was like, whatever, like just don't let them get everywhere. And I was like, yeah. And so I stuck them in a water bottle. They might have come in a water bottle. I don't know. It was definitely in a water bottle shape and size container. And so they were in there, and I waited for a few days, and nothing happened. And I punched a bunch of holes in it, and I was like, like something's going to happen. I made the holes bigger. Nothing happened. So I was like, yeah, whatever. And I just kind of kept it in my room. I kind of forgot about it. I was going to school. It was like second or third grade. It was whatever. I kept going. And I think months later, they hatched. But I didn't notice. So there's like hundreds or maybe thousands of these praying mantises running around my room when I'm a kid. And I didn't notice for like a couple of days. Maybe, I think 2 or 3. I found the first one in the bathroom. And I was like, wow, there's a praying mantis here. And then like something clicked where I remembered that there was an egg sac that was supposedly like this was the one. I was like, oh no, I gotta save this one. Like it hatched finally. It's a little smaller than I thought it would be. It was, it was tiny. And then I realized because I saw another one, I was like, oh, that egg sac actually had a few. And then it kind of hit me, and I had like a panic attack. It was like oh god, because then my room was covered in these things. They were all over the place. You could find them on the bed, you could find them on my shelves, they were on my walls. It was great. And so eventually, one of them kind of like won out. Like I kind of saved like 40 of them, and then the rest, I don't know where they went. My mom probably hated that. And it's kind of gross if you think about it. But, really ignoring that, I had one that grew up and kind of ate all of its siblings, which was dark and weird. But it ate them all and then became really big, and I raised it as a pet. And I was super excited about that. Just wanted to share that as a nerdy moment in my childhood. Love that praying mantis. It was a good 8 weeks or so. I don't think I ever named it though. It was kind of a weird thing. I just liked watching it eat things. I thought it was really cool. So yeah, that's a little bit about how I was nerdy in the second grade. And hopefully that was an enjoyable little anecdote. If not, that's okay. If so, that's also kind of cool. And sorry, this time I went a little bit over, but I'll try to keep these to around 5 minutes a day. We'll see how that goes. But have a wonderful day, and thank you for listening for about 6 minutes out of that time. Have a good one.